Shave my head.
Shave your... Oh, shit.
Pregnancy simulator.
No, bro.
Like
I've seen people use these. You put it on, and
you put it on your stomach,
drop to the floor.
And you you crank it. You go, and it goes... It shocks you, bro.
If we get 1,000 views, just views, that's free. If we get 1,000 views on this podcast episode, I'll do it.
Crow fam, run it up.
Oh,
I won't say how long I have to do it for, but that
you're done. You're done, son.
You're done.
I'm just saying, like, as soon as it starts hurting, can I rip that shit off?
No.
Or like, how long?
That
do you have to
actually will be
that?
worse.
30 seconds after he says,
that'll be worse. They're gonna have to, yeah. Like, you got to eat it.
Hours?
Ain't no way. I'm be like this to myself.
What do you mean? You're supposed to tell us what to do.
You're the director.
We're already rolling, so we can.
Where were we at before we got interrupted? What were we just talking about? We were talking about Hogwarts.
Yeah, Hogwarts.
I mean, we can just get right into it then, because this is arguably like the most controversial thing I've seen on streamer Twitter.
Yeah, it's
like, bro, to be honest, streamer Twitter, Matt said this earlier, it's like high school, bro. Like, it is just drama all the time.
Right.
And usually I think things are either like they're lopsided either way, but this is very 50-50, I feel like, depending on who you follow and what you see. And for anybody who doesn't know, like, J.K. Rowling came out a few years ago and said that she doesn't support the trans community. So a lot of trans creators feel attacked by that and whatnot. And like, my take on it is I definitely empathize with the community that's affected, but also this is what we were talking about, like, bigger picture wise, like, you're still eating at Chick-fil-A, or you're like, basically.
What about the Overwatch 2? Isn't there something going?
I mean, like, wherever you spend your money, like, your money goes to shitty people at the top for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, it's like anything else.
I think the overall message is not everything is for everyone. So if it's not for you, it's just not for you. I don't get mad at Brussels sprouts because they're out for sale. I'm just not going to buy them because I don't like them. Yeah. So if there is a game, an artist, a industry, a company, fast food, or multi-million-dollar, if it's not for you, it's not for you. If they don't support who you are or what you do, you don't support them back. But the loud narrative of, well, now I have to make sure that other people that do enjoy it don't enjoy it because I can't. I think it's like very toddler mentality where it's like, you took my toy away from me. No one can have toys. And you just run around and just take toys. Every community, every representation, every, and it doesn't even have to be a community. It could be a neighborhood, has their own beliefs, systems, how they had to grow up, the struggles that they had to go through, or the exact opposite. They didn't have any struggles, or they were able to make it through things. But to try to cancel people for enjoying what they enjoy just because you don't enjoy it, you're going to be fighting a fight, and it's going to be that fight your entire life, and you're not going to win.
Yeah, and I guess that is the bigger picture, is like, let people enjoy what they want to enjoy, and if you're going to try to cancel other people, and like, the argument is that J.K. Rowling is making more money from whatever because she owns the Harry Potter IP, but it's like, she doesn't, like, that money isn't really going to make a difference. She's set for life regardless,
at this
right?
At this point, so if the game is such a big deal and it's about her, then why aren't the movies being boycotted? Why aren't the games or the books being talked about?
Right.
Why is it not a complete boycott?
Yeah.
So I just think it's because it's fresh and people are actually enjoying it. It actually just broke the record on Twitch for the most viewed solo player game.
Like over 1 million concurrent
and
views,
that's
like
why
1.3.
I'm playing it for the game. It's beautiful. Like, the graphics are insane.
Try to get a Steam code like
the combat's insane, you know? Like,
yeah.
And I've had people that have been trans that have reached out to me and they say, you know, like, dude, play the game. And there have been people that have unfollowed me. But at the end of the day, if people don't know who I am and that I love everybody, like, you know,
that's what we're saying. Like, we love everyone. We are by no means
just I'm just playing the game.
Yeah, Mark always preaches diversity, equity, and inclusion for everybody.
Sure,
it's like, you know, that's something that we live by. But you know, just because we choose to play a game or not playing, like, personally, I'm not playing it just because I've never been a huge Harry Potter fan. And single player games, like, just never really appeal to me like that. I'm just not a single player guy.
Right. And that makes sense.
Yeah, my
Each
community.
Their own.
I'm just huge multiplayer. The one story player game that has tempted me has always been like Spider-Man. Those games look so much fun.
This game, though, it feels like a little bit like of Assassin's Creed vibes almost a little bit. Like, I mean, you can just go in and you can sneak up on people.
Fiending.
I'm telling you,
man. Because games have been ass lately.
They have.
They have,
and that's why. Like, why can't I play
all
this?
Been terrible. And I think that's another thing where it's like, okay, you have Apex pros in the Apex community shitting on other people that play Apex. You have COD pros in COD community shitting on other people that play COD. So it's like, okay, at what point are we going to allow people to just sit down and play a video game, which used to be that was the entire reason. Yeah. Hey, I want to be able to escape. I want to be able to enjoy this adventure. I want to be able to enjoy the storytelling. Why are we now all of a sudden having to gatekeep games that haven't been good in years?
Exactly. Like, that's the whole point. Like, the whole point of content creating for me was initially to escape.
Yeah.
And hang out with people, via online, have fun, laugh. But like now it's like fitting a narrative. If it's not okay, socially okay, then I can't play the game.
Yeah.
But I'm still going to play the game because it's a game. And that's the whole point. That's what it all started with, is to escape, to have fun, to, play a game. That's 100%. All it is.
And go back and look. Look at Duke Nukem. Look at Street Fighter. Look at Grand Theft Auto. Look at all these games that literally are now pillars.
Yeah.
In how the way games are written, script-wise, graphic-wise, whatever. And you're going to sit here and tell me everything has to be socially acceptable to be a game, to be streamed live? Find it.
Like, look
even
look at
Among Us and things like that have turned into a game that can't be socially acceptable. And I'm like, how?
Well, look at like one of the most iconic ever Call of Duty missions.
Yeah, no Russian.
No Russian.
Like, are we being for real? Bro,
that is the furthest thing from socially acceptable.
Yeah.
Now people still love to play. It's a game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a game. It's like the issue is whenever we start to tie the games into reality, like that's the issue. It's a video game.
Man,
leave it at a video game.
It's pretty crazy how like still in 2023, like you see headlines and shit that are like, video games cause violence and shit like that, bro. It's like, dude, like I have played Grand Theft Autos and Call of Duty since I was 10 years old, and never have I once considered robbing a bank.
Bro, I've never seen you any sort of violent.
That's
ever.
What I'm saying, bro.
Unless
like,
it comes to the Chiefs, but
that's it. Like, and I've been playing these games my entire life, but that's the narrative that like a lot of people still believe to this day, for sure.
I truly feel as if the person that's writing these like reviews and reports about like games causing violence, I truly think they're just laughing behind their screaming keyboard.
It's
like,
trolling.
There's no way. It's like, how can you possibly think that?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Every perception has a narrative.
Yeah.
Like, regardless of it. And it's like, if you're going to walk into, say you're a video game reviewer, and you're going to walk into seeing this game, and you have immediately been triggered by some instance in your past, that's going to automatically skew how you're viewing something.
Right.
So it's
biased.
Like, and those perceptions get louder and louder as, careers and stuff like that take off. So, yeah, we do see a massive amount of people that can only for some reason link Grand Theft Auto to somebody robbing a bank. Right. But then if you were to interview probably 80% of the population that has done things like that, they probably haven't even touched a video
What's
game.
Grand Theft Auto?
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
I totally agree. Yeah, I totally agree.
We briefly touched on, like you said, why you started creating content was just as an escape.
Yeah.
And obviously creating something that you enjoy. And what's interesting to me is obviously everybody's path to whatever you want to call it, path to partner or path to just being a successful content creator is very different.
Absolutely.
You achieved affiliate in September of 2020. Is that correct?
Yep.
And then fast forward October, November, December.
7 months.
7 months later, and you're a Twitch partner, which does not happen to a lot of people. That is something that is very, I'd consider that 7 months like probably one of the fastest growth spurts that I've seen. I've been creating content and streaming and in the Twitch world since like 2013, and I started creating content myself in 2018, and that's something like I've seen a lot. I've made a lot of friends in the industry, some of which have been creating content for even longer. Right. Still not partners. Some that started after me and have achieved partners. So it's like everybody's path is different, but 7 months is insane. What was it for you that just made you like fall in love with the process of creating content that allows you to scale so quickly? Yeah. So I think the biggest thing for me, obviously I served in the military, was in the Army for 4 years, active duty, 1 year in the National Guard. And the biggest, the coolest thing about the Army to me was the,
I guess, the mixing pot of cultures and how people can relate regardless of where you were brought up or how you were raised or anything like that. You can always relate to someone. I can relate to Kingston, or I can relate to you. However, some way, if I
going back to like we love everyone.
Exactly. Like we can relate. I can relate to you guys. However, like it just can happen. I related with Brooke for multiple reasons. That's why we're in relationships. That's why we're married now. So whenever
I have a baby on the way.
Exactly.
We'll
you know,
about that
baby Creed. You know, but yeah. So like I was in the military, and whenever I got out of the military, you obviously lose that. Like because I'm in a small town in Missouri, like you don't get that mixing pot of cultures.
Oh, for sure.
The constant like new guy coming in and talking and racking their brain, like figuring out why they're doing it, why are they in the Army, and it's very similar. Like for me, it was like, how am I going to correlate to what I love doing, talking to people, figuring out about people, to this? Because I figure, I mean, I succeeded in the military because, you know, I take the time to talk to people and get to know people. And whenever you're talking to people and getting to know people and laughing, time blows by and you have fun doing what you're doing. Even if it's not something fun, that like you're not doing something that's fun, you still have fun doing it.
Yeah.
But so whenever I started creating content, I started to quickly, like, I met a lot of veterans off the bat, right? So like I can relate to these guys and these girls. Like they were in the military, they experienced times, they, you know, embraced the suck. They did all that same stuff I did. But then like I was like, man, why stop at veterans? Why not, you know, meet more people and get to know more people and figure out like why they're creating content? And I think whenever we can do that as creators, like we're touching an area that it's really not touched. Like it's so like game driven for the most part. And that's where I wanted to like not go, because I realized that with a game, you could die with a game.
Yep.
If you build your brand around your personality and relatability, it's not going to be, you're not going to die. You're going to have those people that are so engaged and involved and connected, interconnected to who you are, that they're going to, you know, love your family as much as you love them.
Yeah. 100%.
And so when I started to do that, I met crazy people from around the world, around the States. And, you know, I grew to love them, grew to make friends. And I think that's the difference, really, because with that, with whenever you have people that are around you that want to see you win, that just multiplies your chance to succeed.
Yeah.
And you don't even, it's not even as if people, you're using them or anything like that, because there's true love there, there's true friendships there, there's true bonds and camaraderie, and it's just real. And whenever you take something and you change it from a video game to real personalities, it's going to last.
Yeah, 100%.
You know? So with that, it really like took off, I feel.
Yeah, you definitely, like, you mained Warzone for a while.
Yeah, long while.
Just because
when it was good. Dance days, baby. I mean, that's hard to get off.
It makes sense because of your background, and like that is a game that correlates for sure. But like, I'm glad you touched on that like building your brand around being you and not a video game is important, because you're one of the very few content creators and streamers that I've seen that, like, when you switch to playing a different game, you still average the same viewership,
roughly,
regardless of what you're doing.
And sometimes it goes up.
Yeah.
Like,
for
truly,
sure.
Like,
just as an example, Cronovi is so ingrained in the Rocket League community.
Right.
If you stream something else, it's just not going to be the same. And he knows that.
Well, and he's a pro.
Yeah.
He
exactly.
was a pro.
So people watch him for Rocket League.
He's the guy.
Yeah.
You know? So.
Not that that's a bad thing or
anything,
anything,
it's not.
But it's just you have built your brand to the point where you can do whatever you want. You could pivot any which way, and you're going to continue to see success, which is incredible. So.
Here's a topic to talk about. How does games like Hogwarts Legacy help streamers that are locked into specific games break out of that category?
Absolutely. So that's the terminology of variety streamer, right,
Yeah,
Matt?
but before that, repeat that because the mics aren't going to pick it up.
Okay, so
we got a question from Matt Ness, the producer, or a topic to talk about.
He's essentially asked, how do games like Hogwarts Legacy, help creators break out of that set way, that set game that they're always streaming what they were brought up on, for instance, Warzone, or say you're a Rocket League streamer and you want to try something new. So for me personally, I think it's helping streamers, immensely, because you have an audience that watches Warzone mainly, right? And that audience is going to continue to watch Warzone. They're just going to go from Warzone creator to Warzone creator to Warzone creator whenever you break out and you start. And this is, I think personally, I don't know for sure, but I think this is where the term variety streamer comes from, because they're trying to get a variety of every audience. So like whenever you're playing Hogwarts, you're going to meet new people that you never would have met before because they're browsing the Hogwarts, they're browsing the Hogwarts section, and that's fine, like cool. So like whenever you're starting to stream different games, you're streaming Rocket League, you're streaming COD, you're streaming Hogwarts, you're breaking out of your typical audience and pulling in from different audiences. And this is where bringing people in for your personality comes in. it doesn't matter what you're playing at the end of the day, because if they're coming in for COD at one day, they're still going to come watch you if you're playing Hogwarts. They're still going to watch you if you're playing GTA. And those people that you bring in from GTA or Hogwarts or Rocket League or whatever, they're going to come back if you're playing Warzone again.
Yeah.
And that's what's so special about it.
100%. There's a lot of eyes on Hogwarts right now. Obviously, we said it just broke viewership records for single-player games. It was like I think it peaked at like 1.3.
Yeah, 1.3 something million.
Which is insane. So
number one, that's a record.
Yeah, there's a lot of eyes on the category right now, and I'm glad you brought that up too, because people might just be scrolling Twitch and clicking on streams, which isn't something that's super common. And I've taken a page out of your book because I've noticed when I'm hanging out on your stream and you see a first-time chatter, you typically ask them, how did you find the stream?
Absolutely.
How many people for you say that they were just scrolling Twitch?
Honestly, like a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot. Like, so usually the number one answer, or like the two top answers, is scrolling Twitch. And I get the majority is just chatting when people say that.
Yeah, yeah,
just
I
chatting,
agree with that for
like
sure.
100%.
Yeah.
There's a lot of just, and it was cool. The coolest thing about that is like people are coming from Brazil. They're coming from,
Bro, I personally love
wherever.
scrolling just chatting because you
100%.
find some unique people in there for
Dude,
sure.
and the world is so small. I want to talk about this later about like this guy that I met, and I've known him for a while now, like 2 years plus on Twitch, but we're not going to get into that now. But so just scrolling, or typically Twitter. Twitter's like, Twitter's home, and people retweet stuff, and they see it, and they get curious. And that's the thing, is even if you're not seeing results like day one off rip about posting your stuff, like obviously don't make sure your socials aren't just posting, like you're going live stuff and everything.
Yep.
But like if you don't see results day one, like don't stop, because eventually people are going to get curious. It's just in our nature.
100%.
As human beings,
like,
you're going to see something and be like, man, maybe I want to stop in. It's like the seventh time I've seen this.
Yeah.
Maybe
it's worth clicking on.
Exactly.
For sure. I saw a post that resonated with me the other day that was like, the world has 8 billion people in it. Don't stop yourself from posting your live link on platforms like even Facebook because you're worried about what the people in your hometown are going to say.
Man, it's crazy.
Like for me, bro, that was I never posted to Facebook really because I was like, these kids I went to high school with are going to think I'm corny or like whatever. But it's like, who cares if they do, bro?
And the thing is you're going to be pleasantly surprised about the people that do come in comparative to the people that are making fun of you behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, if you're winning and people are making fun of you for winning and doing what you love to do, who cares?
Facts.
It's just,
I don't care. Laugh at me.
Even to circle back, it's just like changing games and people that would change their opinion just because you're not playing the same game that they've seen you play the entire time. Hogwarts, not only from a creator perspective, being able to like get a new audience and be able to see that, but you are also, particularly for this game, opening up an entire niche of people that probably have never gone to the search or the game tab to see who's playing this game. Mm-hmm. One of the first things I did when the early beta came out was went to Twitch and clicked on Hogwarts Legacy just to see the diversity of who's playing it, how many people are watching it, all of that. That is one of those games that can literally, we're going to see in 2 months, creators jump off in millions of followers because of that game, just because there's no Harry Potter main streamer right now.
Right.
There's no...
someone's going to be made.
Someone is going to main off this game, and they're going to make their TikTok career. They're going to make their YouTube
100%.
career. All of that off of this one game. And games like that can change everything for the creator,
Big facts.
for the viewer, because as a viewer, if you're watching this person during this game, your relationship built with them is not going to die with that game, because it's like, it's one of one. It's not a Call of Duty where, we have to wait next year for the next Hogwarts to come out for this to be interesting. Like, and running into a stream like yours that has usually, well, not as of late because COD has been in shambles, but is usually like a COD-based thing. If they see you playing something like Hogwarts, that unlocks another like sliver of your personality they would never see unless this game came out.
And honestly, dude, I've seen people that I've known forever. Like someone came into my stream yesterday. They're like, "Yeah, I've been following you since September of 2020."
Yeah,
I'm like, "What? No, you haven't. I would remember your name because I take pride in remembering people's names. But they changed their name. But I clicked on it and it said following since September of 2020.
Yeah.
But sometimes that new niche, that's something new you're trying to do, is that spark to bring people back.
It gets people to come back. 100%.
You know?
I get back on Fortnite every once in a while.
You've
been following me. You've been following me since 2019. I haven't seen your name since 2019. Oh, I was playing Fortnite last time you were here.
And you never
sense.
know. That maybe that little spark that brings people back, and they're there in your stream all the time again.
Speaking of new games, you guys see the breaking news from Charlie Intel yesterday, we're getting a new Call of Duty title in this year.
So early, man.
Bro, it's so weird because
I don't get it.
So
contradicting.
Like, we're not getting a new COD this year. Treyarch's going to have 2 years to develop a great Call of Duty for 24. Treyarch's my favorite developer of the three. They make the best competitive games usually, and that's what I care about. So it was like, we're not getting a new game. So Modern Warfare 2, good, bad, ugly, we have this game for 2 years, and we're stuck with it. And then it was like 2 months ago, I think, they were like, okay, we're not getting a new game in 23, but we're getting an expansion pack.
Yep,
that's
I remember
gonna be
that.
like $60. It's going to be like all
More
new
DMZ
maps,
stuff too,
yeah,
right?
all kinds of stuff. And it's 60 games, but it's still Modern Warfare, or $60, and it's still Modern Warfare 2. And now, as of yesterday, we're getting a new title in 23 made by Sledgehammer, which made Vanguard, which is my least favorite game ever.
What was it? I wish I had service right now. They made Vanguard, and
they made World War II, and they made Advanced Warfare.
Yeah.
Bro, give me a jetpack game.
I don't know,
I
dude.
want a jetpack game.
I really
so
think they're gonna
bad.
go old with it again.
Nah,
I feel like the old, that's your casuals that are gonna play those older games.
they love the
World War II
era games.
Vanguard.
I don't know. I think it was.
Yeah.
And I think it became so oversaturated.
Yeah, it did.
That it's just like now, because I feel at COD, especially between the three of us, I'm probably the closer into the casual than anything.
I think we have three very different.
Yeah.
Like it's Warzone, it's competitive, and it's casual.
Yeah.
Yeah,
probably.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So like, I've enjoyed in some aspect every Call of Duty title that has come out that I've played in some aspect.
Right.
There are tons that are in the majority that I just was like, I'm only playing this if I, back in the day, went over to someone's house and they had it.
Right.
Now I'm like, is it free? All right, I'll see what it's looking like. Or did I get a code? I'll see.
Sure.
But now the problem is the contradiction of the audience.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a very overwhelming, resounding result that since Vanguard, no one has been able to be like fully happy with a Call of Duty game. But this past one dropped and crushed all sales.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy how that works?
So it's like, okay.
They crush sales because they're like it's like luring us to sleep.
Well, they crush sales by the tactic of saying, well, you're not going to get another one for 2 years.
And then,
this is the game that you're going to have to, this is the game you're going to have to level up and grind and get all this for the next 2 years. Remember that. And then they
you
said,
see people getting max camo in 5 days.
And they saw that bag and they're like, you mean this is the highest selling? Hey, drop another one in fall.
Yeah.
I just don't get it.
Did you guys ever play like zombies? You guys ever get into zombies, bro? I loved zombies.
But the OG zombies are nothing else can touch them,
bro. Once
dude, Black Ops 1 zombies back in the day,
bro. The theme music itself,
yes,
it's just like
getting the Easter eggs.
Somebody just told me. I think this was Matt. He was in my stream the other day. He's like, bro, listen to this. And Avenged Sevenfold did like a couple songs for zombies maps. And you fast forward like, you didn't know that?
No.
Yeah.
Bro, they had, I don't remember the name of the song, but on Call of the Dead, the snowy map on Black Ops 1.
Dude, it was so good.
You activate the song and like 4 minutes into it, the menu music from Black Ops 1 Zombies played. Like, the piano. So good, bro. But like,
I miss that
once like Black Ops 3 came out and then they started doing stuff with like gobble gums and like you could save your money in a bank. Like that's when it got a little too much for me. I was like, bro, load me into a game and see how long I can survive.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, you literally have your pack-a-punch, and then that you have your pack-a-punch,
bro,
and that's it.
All I need Treyarch to do is in their next title in 2024 is do what they did in Black Ops 3 and put all of the previous maps in.
So what's your favorite? What are your guys' favorite zombie maps?
It's either Kino from Black Ops 1 or Ascension from the first map pack.
Yeah, that was good too. My all-time favorite is Deriz.
Yeah.
Or Deriz.
Yeah.
You know, you got your middle spot, you got your 2 doors you got to open, it goes around. You got your teleports to open up the last door, or the pack-a-punch. Like that is the best map. I could play that.
And that one had the Wonder Walk. That one's on World at War, right?
Yes.
So we had the Wonder
and
Walk,
it had
or whatever it's called.
And if you go all the way to the backside of the map, you have the single lane, the walkway.
Yep.
And you sit up there. You can jump out the window. Like, dude, it was the best zombie map ever, I think.
I'm saying. I actually want a ray gun tattoo. I've thought about that
For
for a
Do
while.
it.
I think a ray gun tattoo
is it
going
to be shooting a zombie, though?
I don't know, bro. I was thinking forearm
it's gotta be shooting
right here.
It's got to be shooting something.
Like you got to get the
effect.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever play Moon?
Yes.
Moon was dope.
Dude, all of those old maps. Like Black
yeah,
Ops 3 and
yes.
back.
Yeah.
Although I did kind of like Transit. I'm not going to lie.
Transit was all right. I think it was pretty big, and it was like
Yeah,
you
because
gotta
it had
take a
all the
bus
different
to-
maps
yeah,
combined.
It was pretty
I thought
cool.
that was pretty neat.
Yeah.
And you still had to defend. You still had to be like, you know, there because
Yeah.
there's zombies that were attacking the bus and everything.
It was pretty cool.
But after that, I think it was like Black Ops 4.
they started making it just
Interesting.
like whole. I mean, I think it was dope that they had the universe around it, but
Yeah.
like there's way too much going on
Yeah,
for
dude.
me. And the reason I even brought up zombies was because I just recently moved back in with my cousins, and they loaded up the Xbox One, and we played like 4-player split screen.
Oh, dude.
Zombies
Just
on
the
Black Ops
nostalgia
3.
behind
It
that.
was so much fun. Dude, now that I'm used to like playing on a monitor for so long, playing on any kind of TV is ass.
Yes. Yeah,
You
dude.
can-
It's like, you're like, am I moving or is this like.
There's like, oh, you mean you can feel the 5 millisecond response time? I'm like, yes, I can. When you play on a
100%.
1 millisecond response time, there is a difference.
Yes.
Bro, yeah, because I went straight from within 4 months, I went from playing on like 50, 60-inch TV, like being the old guy gamer,
Yeah.
to setting up my PC setup and having like 160, 165 hertz, 1 millisecond response, like all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, this is how people have been looking at games.
Bro,
and
it
I've
is a
been sitting here
different
thinking that
universe.
like,
Dude,
I'm a
how
dog.
have people been gunning me so
Bro,
much?
yeah, I'm just sitting here like, I'm a dog. I'm sitting here doing this. And I'm like, y'all are moving at a different speed. I got to catch up. This is crazy. And then I got that scuff, and that's just,
Oh, yeah.
And then you get that good Wi-Fi, you get fiber, you
I
get
got
hard
Google
wired.
Fiber,
Yes,
and I was,
dude.
bro,
It's different.
I felt like
You're on
I
sub
was-
30 ping, you're just like destroying everyone.
I'm like, man. And now, as I've said recently this morning, like I've been obsessed with League again for some reason, and I
I
haven't
feel like
played.
a lot of people have been getting back to League.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
I hadn't played League
definitely-
seriously since high school for me. So
Right.
that was 09 to 2011 that I was like, first laptop, I'm playing League,
Yeah.
I'm in it. And then I like fell off because I never had a computer that could keep up with it
Sure.
outside of that one laptop. And now I'm like, I'm playing League on my setup. And it's like my frame rate doesn't know what to do because it's like, put me on ultra. We're going to go to the moon. And I'm just sitting here like outmaneuvering on League. Like I'm like, y'all don't know
He's
what's
got the
going
quick
on.
fingers.
Have you
Y'all
ever
know.
played League?
No, I haven't.
Me neither, bro. I
I've never
can't.
played
Man,
it.
I'm trying to get a crew together. I need to talk to Reed. I'm trying
Dude,
to.
Reed will carry.
If it's not an FPS, bro, I just like.
Bro, we gotta get you on some other game.
I'm
I'm
not
saying.
I'm not trying to gas Reed up, but dude, like he's one guy that will play like any game.
Bro, Reed
And-
can play anything
and
at
good.
a decently high level.
Yeah, I'm not even trying to get Reed. I'm not trying to gas you up, but like he could. Like I remember one time he came from my Warzone customs and he was frying and it was like, who is this guy?
Every once in a while, it'll be like Reed and I game together a lot.
Yeah.
Recently, he's been playing League, so we haven't been. But every once, like, we'll be trying to figure out what to play, and he'll be like, "Bro, let's run through a gauntlet. Like, your community versus my community, best of 11. Every game is a different game." I'm like, "Bro, you want to do that because you're good at
Yeah, everything.
Like, I'll take COD and Rocket League, and I'm like, that's it. And even then, like, his community is better than mine at Rocket League anyway. So it's like, unless I could get Kronovi on my team.
Yo, Kronovi, I'll
But-
pay you $50, bro.
This man is good at Valorant, mouse and keyboard
yeah.
games, controller game. Like, it doesn't matter. So shout out Reed, man.
Reed,
he's
you're a nerd, bro.
grinder. He's a very
I'm
much.
gonna hit you up on the
nerd.
League deal. Just know, because now that I got my footing back, I'm about it. I'm just sitting here like, and what's crazy about it is that like I looked at it and I was like, man, League is probably still daunting. And now like it's been 10 years since I've touched the game. I know there are people that live by this game and have been as long as I like started it.
Right.
So I'm like, there ain't no chance. And now I'm sitting here like, I've found my 3 champions that I rock with. I have my build paths and all that. I'm like, nah,
I
y'all.
don't even know what that means.
He's locking down lanes.
Hey, yo! I knew it was like because you get like letter ratings after each game.
Okay.
So I was like averaging around like a high C, B plus, and once I started to get in that bag, I told him I was like, "Yo, I'm gonna solo this lane. Y'all go. If y'all need me for support, I'll jump over." I started to feel myself. I got an S plus in that next game, and I said, "Everybody back up because I'm back. I'm in it now. I'm in it."
Is
now.
that where like S tier comes from?
From League?
Because like
don't
everybody's
know.
like A, B, C is what makes sense for me if you're
Right.
doing a tier list, but there's always S tier
Yeah.
above A tier, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
where did that even originate?
I don't know, honestly.
I had S's in like elementary school.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
For like
we-
Satisfactory.
Yeah,
is
yeah,
that okay?
Ah.
But that was back before. I sound like I'm in the 50s.
He's like,
or
yeah,
something.
this was
Right.
back like
in the day.
65.
No, but I meant like it was so low in the curriculum that there wasn't like A, B, C or whatever.
Okay.
It was like F for fail, N for needs improvement, which was basically like C to D.
I remember something like that.
Yeah,
a little bit.
and then there was like something else, and then satisfactory.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, we're all nerds in our own right, and regardless of what we play, Reed probably a bit more than others, but something that we could all probably do a lot more of is touch grass. Crow, you've had to touch a lot of grass recently. You've had a lot going on, one of which is that you're going to be a dad.
Yes.
Which is super exciting,
Yeah.
bro.
I'm stoked.
You like that? You like that?
Yo,
You like that?
segue was
Yeah,
nuts.
you like that? I'm getting better at
Yeah.
it.
I was like touching grass.
Where's
okay,
he
where we
going with
go?
this?
I was
Gonna
like,
have
maybe
to
he's
touch a
gonna,
lot of grass.
maybe he's
I'm
gonna
down,
work
though.
out or
I got a reason to now.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Like, before I could just be like, man, what do I want to do? I want to sit
Yeah.
inside. I want to
Bro,
game.
I feel like anybody who knows me knows that I have a giant family. There's always a new baby in the family, so I get to hold the baby, I get to play with the baby, but I always give the baby back when I'm done with it. But anytime anybody's having a baby,
I can't do that.
I'm so happy for him, bro. I'm so excited.
We're stoked. We've been trying for 4.5 years. We've been married. March 31st will be 5 years. We've been
Let's
married.
go.
Nice.
So we've been trying
Let's
for
go,
like
the
the
big
past
5.
4.5 years, and she had surgery in November, and December 1st we found out she's pregnant.
Oh,
Man.
We're super excited,
That's
man.
so
Yeah.
And when is it around
August
the due date?
12th.
August 12th. Okay.
And my birthday's in August too, so.
Oh,
man.
shit! The story, the
Yeah.
script, the
Dude,
script
okay,
writer's
so I
going
got a
crazy.
perfect- okay, so check this out.
The pen is nuts.
No, check this out though. Ready? Your mind's getting ready to be blown. Okay, so his name's gonna be Creed Patrick Crowe. Okay,
Yep.
CPC.
CPC. Who snaps the ball to Patrick Mahomes?
Creed Humphrey.
Creed to Patrick. Creed, Patrick, Super Bowl 2023.
Mm.
Baby Crow, born 2023.
Mm.
That's a legacy.
That is, bro. I fuck with that.
That's a
That
legacy.
shit is lit.
Pen going
It's,
crazy.
it's gonna happen, bro. I'm telling you.
That's so dope, man. I'm so excited. And something that I didn't get to see this on your stream, but I think Matt was telling me, like, you obviously have been doing push-ups for subs pretty frequently now. I think every time we have your stream on at HQ, you've done like 400 push-ups on the day or something.
Yesterday was a bad one too. Did 500 on stream yesterday.
Jesus, bro. But recently, since the announcement, you've been like folding diapers per sub or something.
No,
like that?
so
that's what Matt told me.
so I said we did a diaper stream, so every sub was a diaper.
Okay,
So and we got like the community raised like 300 diapers or something crazy like
That's
that.
That's
lit.
lit.
It's fun. But dude, February 20th we're doing a baby-thon.
yeah.
It's gonna go so hard. The
Gas
incentives.
it up because this will drop. This will drop before the 20th.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So
yeah. Well,
yeah.
It'll be
What's
let me
today?
in
nine?
no
Oh,
order
yeah,
the
yeah.
incentives. I gotta wear a pair of Depends. I've got to
Wait,
shave.
what is that? What is
like
that?
the old people diapers.
What?
Oh, bro, I don't like.
You don't know what Depends are?
Like
Sorry,
the old
don't
people
know
that
what an
can't
old-
control their bowels
never
and stuff.
wore
They
it-
like
wore an old
poop their
person.
pants and stuff.
Are you gonna shit yourself while you're wearing it?
no.
though?
Some dude asked me on stream, I'm like, no, brother, there'll be none of that on stream. I promise you, none of that. And then they said, is Brooke gonna change it? I was like, yo, chill,
That
chill.
is hilarious.
Yeah, I was like, chill. But so I gotta wear a pair of Depends. No
Matt,
shit.
are you?
Yeah.
These are his sub incentives for his baby-thon on the 20th.
sub
We're
incentives
talking
for the
about his
baby
sub
thon.
incentives for the baby-thon on the 20th.
All
First, one, how many subs is that?
I haven't wrote them up like what the
Okay.
like
Yeah,
what
let's
they're
not
for
disclose
yet.
that yet.
But
he has to
we're-
wear a Depends.
pair of
which is
Depends.
an adult diaper. Okay. that's
Shave
what
my
we're-
head.
Shave your. Oh shit. he's
Pregnancy simulator.
No.
Oh,
did
lit.
you already buy that?
Yeah,
Do you
Brooke
have
got
that?
it already. I don't. Yeah, I think it'll be here like next week.
Did you use that before
So
you
it's
got before
essentially-
you were pregnant to see what it would be like?
It's
No?
like you like okay, you know like the muscle stimulators that you used to like put on your like
The,
calves,
the
and,
stems, yeah.
but it's like it's over the top,
Bro,
Like, you-
I've seen people
you
use
put it-
these. You put it on,
Yeah.
and
You put it
people
on your
like
stomach,
drop to the floor,
and you
bro.
like you crank it. You go and it goes. It shocks you, bro.
Bro, this weird thing that happens in Atlanta, and I didn't find out how many weird things happen in Atlanta until I wasn't there. But like people will go on like things like that for dates. Like they'll be like, "Hey, let's go to this like child care class," and they'll sit there and like hang out with their significant other, and then they'll like learn how to do like diaper changes, mix formula.
I mean,
and then
I've heard of the classes,
But
not for dates.
this is for dates, yeah.
like a first date,
and
that's
then
what
they'll
you're doing?
and
What
then
the
they'll
fuck?
do the like the you know pregnancy simulator and like contraction test and
Yes.
like, so the men know how it feels and all this, and I'm like, hey yo, there's never a time in my life that I'm like, you know what, second date, let's see what it's like to bring a kid in.
Yeah,
What just happened?
Let me get birth real quick.
Right.
So what
I'm
part-
like, go to a sip and paint or something. Like,
Yeah.
go paint something that may make you want to have a kid, but
What part of pregnancy is it supposed to simulate? Like
giving birth.
The giving birth.
Oh.
Yeah, the labor
Like
part.
legit giving, like, so it's like there's like contractions and cramping and all that good
no
stuff.
shot,
So it
bro.
literally cramps up your muscles to
Have you never
simulate.
used a electroshock stimulator?
Like there's like
for like
legit
muscle
ones.
recovery?
Can't
Well,
say that I have.
they-
There's like small ones.
Yeah,
like,
you
that
can
aren't
use them
that,
for muscle recovery.
Okay.
And
like if you
stuff
like strain,
that,
say you strained your thigh.
Have one like that that's like for menstrual cycles.
Yeah, this is the same one.
Okay,
but like
this
there's
is
different
when
levels.
When you guys
Yeah.
said like pregnancy simulator, I'm thinking like which part of the pregnancy?
No,
But
like,
if it's-
actually,
it is a
I
birth.
should've-
It is a giving birth
It is.
simulator.
the
Holy
birth, it's like
shit,
a birth simulator.
that's intense.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
I
you
mean,
will.
it can't be an
Oh,
exact.
naturally
shit.
will push something out of your body.
I can bring it up here and we can like, you know.
money
new
money
YouTube-
talks,
hey,
money talks.
That's,
you
and
know
that's
the
the thing.
money?
This is probably one of the higher
Monetization.
sub incentives.
If we get 1,000 views, just views, that's free. If we get 1,000 views on this podcast episode, I'll do it.
Crow fam, run it up.
Oh,
I won't say
You're
how
done.
long I have to do it
Clip
for,
it in.
but that's
You're
Facts.
done. You're
Facts.
done, son.
You're done.
Hey,
run
it's
this
episode
up.
10,
Get up.
1,000 views. Yeah, I mean, how long?
Nope,
can
you
I-
already took it. You heard it. You heard
Yep.
it here first.
I'm just saying, like, as soon as it starts hurting, can I rip that shit off?
No.
Or like, how long? Do you
That
have to
actually will
endure
be
that?
worse.
30 seconds after he says,
That'll be worse. They're gonna have to. Yeah, like you got to eat it.
Hours? Oh,
ain't
shit.
no way.
said-
I'm
she
be like
said-
this to myself, and I'm like,
She said, "Forget a
R.I.P.
simulation. You're giving birth to something."
Oh my god!
this is not a
dude.
simulator at this point. It is going down.
That is.
You're going to give
crazy.
birth, but it will not be to a baby. You will
There-
definitely need the Depends.
Yeah, make sure you have that.
I might have to put the Depends on before I do this.
My mom was in labor with me for the longest out of her 3 kids, and it was like 10 to 12 hours,
Oh
something
my
like that.
Lord.
Man, I'm surprised your mom didn't fight you immediately.
Oh, she hates my guts for it. To this day. I'm the least.
She probably
I'm the
brings it
least
up
favorite.
every time you get over. She's like, hey, yo, Nick, 12 hours, bro.
Get a
12 hours.
giant ass head. All right, what's
We
after
got-
that one?
okay, so
that's
like I
crazy
said-
that's not the highest.
No,
incident.
I
oh,
don't-
it might. I
like,
guess it
so
could
no
be.
order,
Okay,
but
okay.
that will probably be the highest. So I got to dye my beard blue, dye the hair blue, so that will be before I shave my head.
Okay.
I know.
That could go crazy.
Blue beard,
Hell yeah.
wax
Well,
both my
would it-
armpits.
Would it have been pink if it was a girl?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%. Wax both my armpits. Someone said they want me to practice, so I asked my chat, and so my chat came up with a lot of these. They said that I got to practice putting a diaper on a doll. So I don't know if there's going to be like, if I don't get in a certain amount of time, something bad's going to happen. I don't know. We're going to figure that out.
It should definitely be a time challenge.
Yeah, I think it's got to be a time challenge, and then like Brooke can come smack me if I don't get it.
Did
I
you
don't know.
not to interrupt you again? Did you guys have a name picked out if it was a girl also?
We did, but like it wasn't. So we want all of the kids to start with a C.
Okay.
So we were thinking of another name, but it didn't start with C. So we're like back to the drawing board for a girl.
Got you.
Now that we know it's a boy, we can be like, all right, we're gonna chill out a little
Got you.
bit.
I literally just asked my sister the same question because
Yeah.
my sister is expecting, and
Oh, really?
It's the first next generation for my parents and like first grandchild, so they're all.
That's the
stoked
same
about
thing
it.
for us.
And
Oh,
like
yeah.
everyone expected me to be the first one because I'm the only boy. I'm middle child. I moved out of the house first. Like everyone expected
Right.
it to be me. But it was my sister who also no one expected to go to the military. No one expected to get pregnant first. So like she's breaking all the walls of my family expectation, which I think is
It
dope.
lightens the load for you though, because they're not gonna be
Brother.
like, yo, hey, when you're having a baby, bro, I want to be a grandparent.
But what's crazy is that she's having a girl.
Oh.
So then the focus went right back to me, and they're like, "So when are you bringing the first man into the?"
When are you continuing the family name?
I'm the last one. All of my
Oh.
cousins are females. I am the last boy of
Damn.
my lineage.
Everything is on you.
So that's why I've been like,
That's
oh,
a
thank
heavy
God
weight
you're
on your
having a baby.
shoulders.
And she was like, I'm having a girl, and I was like, oh, that's great.
But even then, even if she was having a boy, it would still have the man's name.
I mean,
unless
until
yeah.
yeah.
So I mean,
I
You're
still got time.
you,
I still got
You still
time.
got
it's all on
But
you.
I asked her too because she didn't even tell me the name via a conversation. We were on FaceTime and she showed me the nursery and her name was like up there and I was like, wait, is that her name? You didn't even you didn't
even tell the
me.
uncle the name?
I'm the closest, like not geographically, but I've been the closest one to like be along the steps. But it's beautiful. Her name is Serenity Anastasia. She's
Serenity.
I love
And
that.
she didn't even tell Unc. That's crazy, bro.
I'm like, thanks.
Bro, my mom is already a grandma, and she's like, so Nick, and I'm like, you have 5 grandchildren from my brother.
What? Yeah.
You have a lot of
Yeah, I'm
grandkids,
like,
all right?
yeah, Give me some time.
No,
Mom.
what you have to tell her is this. So if you already have the grand and they grow out of being a baby, right? She's
Yeah.
gonna want more babies.
Yeah,
So
So you
that's
gotta
the
be
thing.
like, take it like, give me 5 years.
Yeah.
and then you're gonna have more babies whenever the other grandkids are not babies.
By the
anymore.
time, I think the youngest one already is like 6 or 7.
Oh yeah.
So,
That's why she's asking.
Okay,
right now.
yeah, I was about to
she's
say
ready for more.
you're in that time. Window.
Yeah, that's the time. That's the time.
All right, what else we got?
What else? I got to chug a G Fuel out of a baby bottle.
Honestly.
Okay. And then I got to use a sippy cup for the rest of the stream. Mind you, this is a subathon.
Yeah.
Last subathon went on for 58 hours. Subathon before that went up for 108 hours.
Yep.
The sippy cup. That'll be so funny.
It's got the rest of the stream.
Yeah,
so like it could go on
started
for like a
off.
month, and I could just drink out of a sippy cup for a month.
Yeah. Oh,
Um,
God. I thought the pregnancy simulator was
I got to do diaper on my head while I game. I don't know.
Okay.
We'll figure like it probably like for a set amount of time. I got to wear a onesie
Yeah.
on
yeah.
stream.
Hell yeah. Okay.
She said she never wanted to read the reviews again about the men's men's
dude.
onesies.
You got to get a matching one for Creed, for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then the last one is got to eat a jar of baby food.
Ooh.
So those, and then there'll be like giveaways. Like Gamer Advantage is gonna give away like $250 in gift cards, and then merch giveaways and all that stuff.
I'm super picky with like food I eat. Like I've always been super picky, so I think like that'd probably be the worst one for me.
I don't know
Really?
if I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, bro.
I know wrestlers that like eat baby food.
You
on
did
the road.
not. Why didn't you get like a fruit one? She got a ham baby food.
A ham
Yeah.
one?
Oh,
Oh, that's
No, bro.
Nah,
Like they have
nah.
like applesauce.
bro. Like you're thinking ham and the texture of baby food,
Like
bro.
like grind it.
Bro,
No, bro. There's like
Nah.
avocado,
No,
or there's
I-
like banana,
okay,
or there's
Banana.
apple.
Give me some
Maybe-
like a mushy banana. That's all
maybe
right.
I've been desensitized by it, but I know of like wrestlers and pro lifters that I used to travel on the road with that would keep baby food on them. So
what?
there would be times that we would have to make a show and it's like, okay, say it's Friday night, I'm wrestling in Indiana. I need to be in Brooklyn by Saturday at 6,
Right.
and we're not flying. So it's like, yo, we don't have a whole bunch of time to just stop and like chill.
Get
and
some
eat
jars of ravioli or something.
Nah,
Something
man.
else.
You
Baby
get-
food?
You get some of them packs, the little baby food packs. They got all the vitamins, nutrients, all that.
You're sucking it out
In
of a
it,
straw
or
like
get
a
the
Go-Gurt.
little jar.
Like it's
It
a
takes-
Go-Gurt.
Takes two little bop bop, and we on the road.
I am
That's
shook.
crazy.
Like, get man.
Bro, okay, first of all, now
Baby
we're talking
food?
about I would rather eat baby food than an MRE any day.
I mean,
an MRE?
there's some MREs that are gas.
They're-
I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, that's a fact. But they're not the ones that are readily accessible for a road trip or anything.
I will say this about MREs: they're mad expensive. Like for like a civilian trying to buy an
That
MRE,
is true.
it's expensive. But like if you're in the military, you can get MREs for nothing. Like you can just take them home, whatever.
And I know this because my dad used to just bring them home to
Yep.
bring them home. And he used to be like, yo, Kingston, you want to see what this life is about? Somehow advertising to me that he wanted me to go to the Army. This is how he did a lot of it. He just like,
and that made it so you did not go.
and then I would like eat them, and then he'd be like, all right, we're gonna go outside and chop down some trees. And I'd be like, what? It's Saturday. Can we go play Call of Duty like we usually do? No, we gotta get these trees down. It's July. Why are we chopping trees off of MREs in July in Georgia? It's 110
I'm
degrees
dead.
outside.
Yeah, it's pass. It's a pass for me.
And then they were like, wow, you didn't go to the Army? I wonder why.
The MREs hit you first before you could go to the Army.
Last
mess with
but
you.
not least, if you haven't noticed by now, we're kind of in a new location and working on some new things with Level Up Arena here in Kansas City. And not to like leak anything because there's nothing set in stone yet, but we were just talking to Sam about potentially like Crowe Fam type meetups. And I'm assuming Crowe Fam is going to come through and watch this episode. So I would love to hear, in the comment section, like, if we were to do something like that later this year, who's coming through? Like, what would you guys like to see at an event like
Yes.
that? And
Neat insight.
the reason I bring that up is because you were just talking about all your sub incentives, and then you were talking about giveaways, and I was thinking like merch and having baby merch would be funny.
Yes.
Like, there's just so much that we could do. So I'd love to hear that kind of thing. But yeah, I think a Crowe Fam meetup would be lit.
Definitely in the future. I know you guys have been asking for it for a while, and I would love for you guys to directly meet all the pioneers. I think that'd be cool, and you guys to meet the Crowe Fam.
Yeah.
So I know you guys have been asking, like, literally, like, every day it's a new DM. Hey, is this meetup happening? Are we going to do this? So with this, I think, with this new place, I think we're going to make it happen.
Hell yeah.
A lot of PCs, maybe some tournaments.
Speaking of IRL stuff, you just spoke to Mizzou yesterday.
No, so
is that
was
next
just
thing?
going to speak to them yesterday, but we're going to go end up talking to them probably next Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
It got moved.
Okay.
But, yeah, so we're still going to do that. But we're going to go talk to Mizzou about just about how, content creation is a business and kind of like how COVID affected other businesses and how it actually helped with content creation. And that's probably, a testament to why I got partner so fast.
True.
Yeah.
Because this, like, a lot of my viewership at the time was, people from Europe.
It was like right place, right time.
Yeah,
sort of
like it
thing.
was like people in Europe, like lockdowns here were lockdowns here. But like whenever you go talk about lockdowns in Europe, they legit could not leave their house.
Yeah.
Like they were stuck there unless you were like, you have to work. Like, unless you're working for like an electrical plant or you're working like something like you got to work. So like a lot of people are just stuck at home.
Yeah.
So like they didn't even care if it was day or night. So like they're on my sleep schedule. They're in the stream like all the time anyway. So
I kind of want to expand on this a bit because I think this is something that we touched on earlier too, which talking about the esports scene and the gaming scene and how some people say it blew up overnight. A lot of people didn't notice that overnight was, wow, everyone was locked in their homes or experimenting new things on their PCs or their game consoles or whatever, because streaming became not just a thing that pro gamers were doing. It started to turn into a very communal thing where people are using it just to, make little clips with their friends or stuff like that. And because everyone was like at home, either searching on YouTube or Twitch, their career started to blow up and actually they started to be able to do something with this. I want us to kind of like look at the perspective of the scene now. There are a lot of casualties is probably the wrong word, but
casualties,
a lot of layoffs, a lot of business restructures, a lot of things that are changing because people are now going outside and touching grass. People are not locked in on their computers anymore. And I think coming with the approach of, no, this is still a business. Yeah. It just has to be changed by how the way it blew up because not everyone's just locked in on their screen. What do you want to do? And what do you want to do to continue that rise of where this can go, regardless of everyone kind of being like cattle herded in front of their screen?
I mean, I think it's a lot of networking, right? Like you have to, at the end of the day, like, don't be afraid to put yourself out there. Like, I can never be afraid. Like, if I have an opportunity to put myself out there, like, I got asked to talk at Mizzou, like, you can't be scared.
Yeah.
Like, 100%. That's an opportunity. You got to go. That's 50 people that can tell 50 other people. Like, I mean, we're talking a lot of people. Like, can blow up really quickly. So, I think it's like, whenever you have the opportunity to go to, like, IRL events, like, there for a little bit, like, that wasn't a possibility. And now it is a possibility. Yeah. And whenever you do go to these IRL events, like make sure you're taking them, make sure you're taking advantage of them and using them appropriately. Like take the time to get to know people, because at the end of the day, like it's more about like having the opportunity to meet those people, because we don't have the opportunity to have people just sitting in front of their screen anymore. Right. So if we take the opportunity to go out there and take the time to meet people, that will be then draw them to their screens. And get to, like come back to our streams or come to watch our videos, our short form content, or just be following us on Twitter with our notifications on to see when we're going live. And hey, if I can make that, I'm going to make it. Type of deal. So for me, it's a lot of like taking the opportunity to go and meet people, taking the opportunity to listen to people, taking the time to motivate people and encourage people. Because whenever you're making a positive impact in people's lives, something they're not going to forget. Like have genuine, impactful conversations and streams, because if you're doing that, they're never going to forget. Hey, this guy made my day better one day. If I come back to a stream the next day, maybe he's going to make my day better again. So if we're impacting people, and that's always going to be my goal, is like being a positive impact for someone, like having a positive impact for someone. If you're doing that, you're going to succeed.
100%.
In my opinion.
I have a very similar answer, I feel like, but worded differently. Like my initial thought when you asked that question was like, control what you can control.
Sure.
There are a lot of variables in this situation that are just out of our control completely, and there's really not much that we can do about those things. But what we can control is the quality of our content and the consistency of our content, and how frequently we are trying to reach new audiences and create new fans. Like at the end of the day, that has to be our number one priority, is just reaching new fans and creating new
100%.
fans.
Not how we're going to do it.
Yeah, not only through the brand, but for each of our individual brands as well. So, that's something where it's just like through the quality of our YouTube content, whether it's our Twitch streams,
Sure.
you know, talking about doing IRL activations like we can do now here. That's really, I think, what we just need to hone in on. You know, because we've had this conversation a few times, and I think we've mentioned on the podcast before that it's like, you know, in 2019 we were founded. Very quickly within the first 6 months to 8 months, we entered RLCS, and at that point, like, we're competing on the global stage. Everything it was just move after move after move after move, and as a startup, you are constantly learning and adapting to what works, what doesn't work, you know, what's really important. And like our roots here in Kansas City are very important. Like, and I say that because when we started competing on the global stage, we just had this perception of like, okay, everything we need to do needs to be in a tier 1 esport. It needs to have hundreds of thousands of eyes on it. And although that's only one piece of the puzzle, right?
Whereas it's like a big equation.
Yeah, Kansas City is another huge piece of the puzzle that we kind of put on the back burner for a little while, but Kansas City is our home, and it's where we're at. And there's over 500,000 people that live here that still don't know who we are yet. So we got a lot of work to do. So that's what we're going to control as we see this shift in the industry where a lot of people are going through layoffs. A lot of people are losing their jobs, unfortunately. Salaries being cut in half or whatever it is. Lots of shit happening in the industry right now, but we're just going to keep it pushing and make it through this time and continue to be who we are.
And that's not only for Kansas City either. Like, if you guys are in the Midwest and you guys are looking for a home, like an esports team,
That's
like
facts.
the Pioneers, like open arms will welcome you.
And not just an esports. Matt is very critical of this. Like, we call
that's-
ourselves an esports team, and we
It's
have
just
for a
because
long
it's
time.
easiest to say.
Yeah.
And people get it. Like,
100%.
esports.
We are
Oh,
an
okay.
esports team, but we're also a media company that produces.
Yeah.
This has nothing to do with esports.
Yeah.
Our merch line that we put out with Raven that you can use code KCPF20 to get 20% off on. That's only available for whatever. That was a bad plug, but like that has nothing to do with esports. Like, we're just putting out some fire streetwear for people to wear. Like, and we're going to continue to evolve to not only be an esports org, to
Or
not
just join
only
it.
be
Join the
content.
Discord.
Yeah,
Come talk. If
join
you're
the
looking for people to talk to game with,
yeah, 100%.
get active.
We're just more and more focused on the community aspect of things and just being real and engaging with our community and the fans that we have, because we're super appreciative of everyone, and we don't get to where we're at today without everyone supporting the brand. So I think that's a great note to end on, unless either of you had anything else you wanted to.
I just want to say one thing. I want to caveat off of what you said. You said, control what we can control, and it's the truth. Like, I say this in my stream every day, and make sure you guys, regardless of what you're doing in life, set goals based upon what you can control, not what others are going to do for you or what you expect from others. Like, so many people on a daily basis, they're like, I wish this would happen to me. I wish this would happen to me. If this person did this for me, then this could happen for me. We need to we need to get out of that mindset and get into the mindset of, if I do this, this will happen. If I do this, this will happen.
100%.
And so I just want to caveat off of that, because I tried to say that every single day to my stream to get people in the right mindset and stop expecting and rather just doing. And but yeah.
Anything from you, big dog?
Give me a level of how intense you want it to be, and I got you.
Oh, give me like an 8.
An 8?
Yeah.
Okay. I absolutely agree. I believe that we live in a world where the hand is out more to ask for than it is for the hand to extend to help. We have a chance every single day to produce whatever that we want. And instead, especially in our realm, most people will look at, oh, well, I'm not getting the views that I want, or I'm not getting the likes or the interactions that I want. I demand more, instead of looking back and understanding, what can I do to get those likes up? What can I do to get those interactions up? What can I do to allow my fan base, community, whatever it may be, to feel more tangible with me, so they're locked in at 8:00 on Wednesdays when I go live. They're locked in when I post a short or I post a YouTube video, because they care, because you decided to make a difference and not just wonder why they aren't there. And I think that goes for the esports community. I think that goes towards content. That also goes towards multi-billion-dollar corporations that sit down and have meetings every week, and they talk about, what can we do to make our product better? What can we do to advertise or market our product better?
Yeah.
And we need to start doing that, not just in our individual brands or, you know, a consumer that could be watching this now, but we need to do that as people. What can we do to be better for our surroundings, for those that are with us? For driving in traffic, my dad used to tell me all the time, it has nothing to do with how good you drive for you. How good do you drive for the people that are around you? Do you cut people off? Do you swerve in and out of lanes? Do you do things like that? Because that is what causes car wrecks, not you just being the perfect driver by yourself all the time. You're never going to be on the road by yourself. You're never going to be on the internet by yourself, and you're never going to have a conversation by yourself. So let's start thinking about what we can do to be better together than what can I get?
Yeah, I would agree.
100%. One of my biggest pet peeves is like, it'd be like, man, Crow's averaging 100 viewers today. He's so lucky.
Yes, bro. Or no.
He's so lucky.
Whenever someone drops like a 50 bomb or 100 bomb, like they drop 100 subs, they're like, I wish this would happen in my stream.
Must be nice.
Like, this didn't always happen.
Well,
Yeah.
it is.
It is nice.
And
I didn't.
There was
I
a
worked for
path
this.
to get there.
Yeah, dude. Like, I promise you don't get here by going to other people's streams saying, I wish this would happen.
Yeah.
Like, that's definitely not the way to get there.
I dropped 5 subs to my homie the other night, and somebody whispered me, and they were like, I didn't get it. They weren't asking, but they were like, I didn't get it gifted, but thank you for like hanging out in our community. It's like,
Sure,
appreciate
dude.
it. Yeah, like no
I've probably
problem.
known this guy longer than you, but I got you.
I love the passive aggressiveness. That's
Oh,
it.
Yeah,
man.
like, oh man, I didn't get one, but maybe next time. But
Or like adding you in the chat, like, wow, dude, that's so cool.
yeah.
Mm.
Nice. Thanks for dropping those gifted subs. Anyways, thank you all for listening to watching episode number 10 of the Main Story Podcast. 10 is like a small but mighty number. If you can commit to 10 episodes of a podcast, you're definitely getting somewhere. It's on the shirt.
I didn't even mean for that to happen.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Damn.
Don't forget, 1,000 views, Nick
1,000
Rich.
views, and I'll try the birth simulator. I
Don't
guess,
forget it.
but
1,000 views, run it up.
So tell your friends.
Bro,
Like,
you
comment,
guessed.
subscribe, all of
That's
that.
a whole YouTube video. It's going in the count.
Yeah,
I'm Crow fan. I need
that
y'all
might
to
be the
come
title.
through.
If this video gets it, no. But thank you all so much for tuning in. Definitely, Crow fam, let us know in the comments like what you'd love to see from a Crow fam meetup. We'll definitely be working on that and talking about what we can do with the team. And we'll see you in the next episode. Peace.
Peace.